So sorry, I'm here. I'm here now. Sorry, I was recording a couple of videos and just mixing my soda stream, by the way, if you're wondering what I was doing there. But hey, great to have you here. Right, I am going to very quickly run through and say hi to everyone that's here and the comments and check if anything important's been asked. Be Informatica, Gary, hope you're all doing okay. Talking about the weather and stuff like that. Daniel, you're in London. Do you know what? In Leicester today, Daniel, it's clear, but it just has that little bit of a boring feel to it in the day at the moment. Hey, John, how you doing? Lincoln, Pixar, how you doing? And by the way, look, I'm really sorry. You've probably been on here for about half an hour-ish or something like that. Daniel keeps hearing that Elemental is a toy only fit for beginners and children. No. The way I see it, the way I see it is there are tools for so many people, and this is the reason I did the video that I did last week, in that whether you use Divi or Elemental or Breakdance or Bricks or Spectra or Wix or Squarespace or whatever, if you find a tool that works for you, it's fine. And this is the reason I did that video last week. And some people have said, there's this massive debate, going on at the moment, and I hear it a lot about professionals. When can you call yourself a professional? And I have to say that I get a little bit irritated by that. Whether someone is painting with a pad or a roller or a brush, they're still painting your room. So I would say that, you could even say WordPress is a toy. That's the thing, right? You could even say, for people that used to do hard-coded websites, proper hardcore, you could call WordPress a tool. You could call every plugin a toy. You could call Bricks a toy. You could call ACSS a toy. You could call Thema, that new one that came, Advanced Thema. Everything could be a toy. But for me, Elemental, I do like Bricks, by the way. But I like the improvements that Elemental have done in the last 6 months have made it a little bit more interesting and fun to use. And by the way, I'm just now scrolling down the comments because I can see the conversation continued. And hey, Dipanshu, hey, Sergio, how you doing? Right, I'm going to skip now all the way to the bottom, all right? I am going to say, hey, Artif, how you doing? Hey, Jimmy. Wow, Rahul as well. I'm really sorry, everyone. I came late and there was a whole load of conversations. Please hit like if you've not hit like already. Exactly what Erling says there. It's not what you use, it's how you use it. Now, someone did make... so I made an analogy on the weekend about how... if you had different painters... Hey, Mel. Hey, Dave. Hey, Mahesh. Hey, Pez. Hey, John. Hey, everyone. If you had different painting methodologies, pad, roller, brush, either way the room's going to get painted. Now, someone came back to me and I couldn't be bothered to reply. I could be honest, I couldn't be bothered. What they said was, that's a really easy way to look at it. Because if you had someone who builds a car, they could build a car that is unsafe. That goes to show the difference between a professional. And I think they missed the point. For me, right... Someone who builds a car that is unsafe, that is dangerous. Rahul, you've got to wait, Rahul. All right, just hang on a minute, Rahul. I'll get onto your question. Just hang on a moment, okay? Just hang on. Doesn't work like that. It's not like a ticket system where you go to the doctors and you put a ticket in. I'll come to your question in a moment. Hold on. If you decide to build a car that is dangerous, that's a different issue, right? That is a different issue, isn't it, Pixar? Everyone, right? If you build a car, two people build a car, one builds it with Lego, one builds it with whatever, the Lego car is dangerous. You would obviously say, well, that was stupid, it was dangerous. But are you telling me that someone who paints with a roller is more dangerous than someone who paints with a brush? No. Is a website built with Elementor more dangerous than a website built with Breakdance? No. Is a website built with Wix more dangerous than a website built with Divi? No. So I felt like that kind of almost a justification for what defines a professional, I thought was so stupid. I'm going to say it. I thought, no, you're now trying to almost justify who is a professional and who isn't. And I feel like that's like, are you an expert? You know, do you have any right to call yourself a logo designer? And that's why I feel like, no, it's not. That's not how we should look at it. Right, Rahul, when you inspect the WordPress website, we get the code. I can't see your code. Oh, right, sorry. I want to insert custom code in that particular inspection. Why don't you go and use a code snippet? Why don't you add in some CSS? What kind of code is it? What are you doing, Rahul? Is it JavaScript? Is it a function? Is it CSS? Is it a bit of funky HTML for a new button? So can you clarify that a little bit more, please? So Daniel, there is truth in the matter that Elementor does have a lot of bloat in the code. However, right, remember, I could argue that every system out there has unnecessary code somewhere or the other. Let me give you a really cool analogy, everyone, right? Let me give you a cool analogy, okay? In 2005, I'm not going to mention them, but they're a very famous institution that worked with the NHS in London, created a bit of code. It was a predictive modeling code, and it was huge. It was huge, and it was done on an Access database. I saw the code, and I redid it in SQL. My SQL code was 5 times longer. 5 times longer, and so many people laughed at it. But do you know why my code was superior? Their Access database used to take 5 hours to run. You put the data in, you hit a button, and 5 hours later, before it gave you a result. My code took 30 seconds to spit out the answer. Boom. You now had interactive, near real-time kind of reporting going on. So my code was full of stuff, but what it did was much more algorithmic. Now, that does not mean Elementor is more algorithmic, not at all. But I'm a little bit like, I don't care what there is in the background, because I can get around page speed performance. We have ways of doing it. If it works and delivers, I don't care. I mean, look, let's pretend, right, okay, let's compare ChatGPT to, I don't know, an encyclopedia. Here's the encyclopedia. It's a book. It's been written. Now compare what's gone in behind the scenes with ChatGPT. Eventually, you might say that Bard is less bloated. So I sometimes kind of go, yes, the code is not brilliant, but if it delivers, it's like a Ferrari, right? You take a Ferrari, is that engine going to be really simple for a non-Ferrari expert to work out? No. If it delivers the job, I say let it go. I'm falling behind on all the commentary that's coming in. What is the best form builder for WordPress? Mahesh, it depends on what page builder you're using. So what page builder are you using, Mahesh? Yep, what Dave says, it's the developer that matters. Hey, Andrew, by the way, didn't say hey to you. Hey, Rima. Hey, Chanel. Hey, Imran, how are you? El Chanel asks a question. What do you use to design logos? Photoshop, Canva. It depends on what the client wants. You could even go to Fiverr and hire someone. You'd even ask people like Jimmy, skating choreographer, does logo design. Rima, how easy is it to come back in 3 months and change styles in Elementor built site? Easy, Rima. Easy. You can come back in 2 years' time. Make sure the website is updated and the plugins. Don't leave it to rust, otherwise you'll regret it. But yes, you can update it as many times as you want. Just checking the Benefactory LLC. Can I please get your opinion on Elementor versus Thrive? I don't use Thrive. I don't use it. If you're happy with Elementor, maybe consider why would you go to Thrive, and you might have to try it out. Don't trust what someone else says, to be honest. Maybe you got to try it out. So Rahul has got a add to cart button in his WooCommerce site. When you add a custom code for some animation, you might need to go and stick in a function. Why don't you get ChatGPT to help you write the code? Go and use Code Snippets. Code Snippets is a plugin. Go and use that. Or drop in the CSS code for that. So it all depends on what you're building and how you're doing it. Is it CSS code or is it JavaScript? So which one is it? And if you're saying the animation effect affects the whole Elemental button, that's because you haven't used a class name. So give that button a class name like Rahul. And then you put .Rahul. And then you have the button class bit, whatever. And then you have the animation you're going on with. The wars never stop, JMXHD. Hope you're alright. Right, I'm going to skip down to the bottom. Dipanshu, if you want a tool for converting, just go online. You'll find a conversion tool online. tinywow.com, I think, do it. Now, Mahesh mentioned that he uses Elementor. Use the Elementor Pro Form Builder then. It should answer what you want. Rahul, can you put your question in again? Because I think I've answered it. By the way, never ever ask someone to answer your question, because this is something you are going to learn in life, okay? If you walk into somewhere and you say, what's the time? People don't have to tell you the time. Feed me. People don't have to feed you. So ask the question, but I'm playing catch up at the minute. Really, Artif, who are you? So who did you have this beef with, Artif? You got to tell me more, Artif. Who is this with? Hey, Harish, how are you doing? Antonio, how are you as well? Yep. See, right. So Rahul, if you're using CSS code, you need to use a class name. So that button you want to change, you would call it Rahul button. And then you do .Rahul button, and then you put in the CSS code, and you should be okay. You should be fine. I've got a video coming out on Wednesday about accessibility. I've done more reading about it, and I feel like it is something I need to push more in my videos and tutorials. How many of you take care about your contrast of your colors, your sections, your H1 tags, your font weight, your font size? What's the other one I'm thinking of? Buttons, interactivity on buttons. Doesn't have to be a hover effect, but a contrast color. How many people are overlooking web accessibility? Try and say that really fast. So Rahul says, I added in the class name, but it's not added in that particular section. Rahul, well, where are you adding it then? Where are you adding it? Are you using... Artif, have you got a link that you can email me or send to me? I would love to see this, Artif. Not because I've got any beef with him, but I would love to see it. Okay? So back to Rahul. Where are you putting it then? Are you using Elementor Pro with custom code? Are you putting it in the theme custom code? Are you putting it in code snippets code? Where are you putting it? Mahush, can I use a single appointment form which has hundreds of pages? It should select the doctor automatically. Right, okay. I did try this once and I fell over myself, Mahesh. So the question you could ask yourself is, why don't you just put a copy of a form in? It depends on how you're building the website. So could the form be on per page? Maybe, yeah, why not? You could do that, because then it so it depends on how you're building it. Antonio, I might need help debugging one issue with Mapbox. Do you think you can help? Antonio, yeah, I mean, what's the issue, Antonio? Because once you've added in your API, it should work. It should work. So yeah, Artif, I would love to see that. So yeah, what's the issue you're having, Antonio? Aha, Matty check. If you're above 60 years old, you don't see grey colours anymore. Yeah, but I bet you see the 50 Shades of Grey, don't you, Matty check? That's what you see. Yeah, I mean, to be honest though, what B Informatica says is very true. Vector software, SVG styling, especially if you want to grow and shrink, because the minute you do that to a PNG, no matter how high the quality, it doesn't look great when you get to the website. To Benefactory, you might have to send me some. No, yeah, you'll have to email me links, because if you try and post it, they won't go. So the link address is down there. If you try and post it, it won't let you do that. Rima, I believe class first should come first in building elements. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, Rima. Yeah. Elementor are looking into this with the global class system, so hopefully it's going to make things a little better. Oh, right, yeah, okay, yeah, they are very light colours, Matty check. You are right. F3 is actually one of my favourite colours, believe it or not. Rahul, I am using custom CSS, and I also added class name, but it's not adding that. Yeah, but did you then put in exclamation mark important? Because what you haven't told us, Rahul, is what theme are you using? So... yeah, I mean, to be honest, Rima, you could say it's late. However, better late than never, you know? So for me, it's like, yes, you're late. Yeah, other people are doing it better, but better late than never. Thank you, Artif. I will check it later. I'm not going to look at it now because that would not be fair. Back to Rahul. Did you do exclamation mark important? Because you haven't told me what theme you're using. And was everything natively built, i.e. Elementor natively built? Or is it a template or a website previously built by someone else? What would I suggest to make SVG files, Andrew? So Canva is really, really good on that. Canva's really good on making SVG files. Really, really good. And I have got a video coming out as well, Andrew, on how to convert images into vectors as well. And it is super good. That video comes out, I think, later on this week, I think. Yeah, Jimmy, skating choreographer, does really cool logo design. Right. Damn, people, comments today are amazing. Really good comments coming in. Please don't forget to hit like, because it helps the YouTube algorithm. Sergio had to create a plugin for a customer that can only see the products if you have a certain amount of credits. Ah. Doesn't know how to add products. Well, that's a weird one, isn't it? So Sergio's they've got something where they need to have certain amount of credits to make it work. Well, I think the client just has to go and pay for it. It's pretty simple, Sergio. If this is what they want, well, did they know this? If they knew this and you made clear, then they got to pay to get more. Harish says, have I got an affiliate link? I have actually got an affiliate link, by the way, and I'm gonna thank you very much, Harish. Let me send it to you. So I've got to get the link. I do have a link. I've got to make sure the sound doesn't stop.
So you think you know Wix? Do you really?
Ugh. A Wix video just started playing there in the background. It's quite a good Wix video, actually. I have to say, I thought, yeah, they've done quite well on that. So, where's my link? Where's my link? Here it is. Copy link. So here is the Elementor Pro link. Ka-chink! There we go. Whoa. That did not work. Hold on. I hate it when this happens. Just bear with me a moment, okay? Just bear with me. A moment. Just wait a moment, okay? I've got right. I've just got to get a link for Harris. Just wait a moment, okay? Just nobody go anywhere. Let me get this link, and I'll be back with you all in 30 seconds. Right? I just need to get a link. Am I an affiliate of Bricks? No, if Bricks don't really have an affiliate system yet. Well, they don't have a proper one in yet. So, do I have an affiliate system yet? No. I would love to be an affiliate for Bricks, but they just don't have it in place yet, which is a bit of a pity if you ask me. Here we go. Right, so this is for Harish. There's the link, okay? We finally got there. Right, back onto some of the comments. Glenrick, is it possible to pull information from a particular portal with the use of an API? Depends on the portal, depends on the API, Glenrick. I mean, depends on the information you're getting as well. EPHS does make a good point. They could steal your elements. To be honest, though, there's always a way for people to steal images off a website unless it's watermarked. And even then, you can get rid of the watermarks. So Rahul is using Astra. So you've made an elemental button. Then you put in a class name, right? An elemental button, right? Yeah, so after you've done the change, put exclamation mark important before you get the semicolon, and try that out, Rahul. You know, what you might need to do, Rahul, though, is you might need to go to the Web Squadron Facebook group, which is over here. Okay, whoa, sorry, I was meant to read something, actually. Here we go. So what you need to do is go over to the Web Squadron Facebook group and go and post in a URL for your button over here, so that someone can go in and inspect it to just see what you've got. Hey, Steve, Romania Live. Great to have you here. Not seen you for a while. Please don't forget to hit like. I'm okay, Paul Ross. How are you doing? Antonio already sent one email with a... Yes, you did. And so what's this then? So you've already sent me the email for the link for debugging. So, but when testing in Android, the buttons won't work. Okay, look, if you're having an issue where the buttons don't work in Android, my best tip to you is to contact Mapbox. Have you contacted Mapbox? Just to see what they say. Rima, what do you think of subscription websites or pay-as-you-go? It depends on what you're paying for and what they get. Are you offering a live chat service? I don't know. Are you offering like a one-to-one? You know, what is in it for pay-as-you-go? Now, some people are very successful on this. If you have a massive audience of followers, they will pay for the next tutorial. I could maybe, right, say no one is allowed to access the live chats unless you are a member. And I might say you've all got to pay, I don't know, $10 a month. $10 a month for about 20 live chats if I do one every weekday, roughly 20 a month. Would you pay that? I don't think you would. But it all depends on your followers, your content, and what people are getting out of it. You're not going to pay for live chats because, well, they're just live chats, you know. They're not always educative, or not, you know, we're not sharing huge amounts of info. We have a bit of fun on here. If, however, you are sharing something really powerful, people might pay for it. So I think it depends on what is in it for them. Rahul, how to hide uncategorized content? You just go to terms. You just go. You add in. You just hide it from your terms. You just hide it. There's ways you can do it. You can hide it with a code snippet. Go to Code Snippet Cloud and you'll find a snippet for it. Have you asked ChatGPT? Have you done a Google search, Rahul? There's loads of codes out there that will allow you to stick it in and it will hide that uncategorized filter. So here's my answer, and you're not going to like it. Have you tried ChatGPT? Have you had a look at the code snippets cloud? Have you asked Google? Because the answers, the code for that is all that. Exactly, Andrew, and that is why I value all of you coming here. Because you're giving up your time to be here. And you might be working in the background, but you're still giving up a bit of your time to help support me with our channel. But also to join in the community. So for me to ever say you got to pay to join a live chat just wouldn't work. Someone said that to me, way before Christmas. They went, why don't you charge for it? And I was like, because why would people pay to just come and watch me talk or have a rant? It's like, no. What do they get out of it? Yeah, I would say, Antonia, it's just that straight away, because you're saying it doesn't work in Android, I feel like you got to go back to them, and it might be a version or something like that. Sorry, let me just check the questions coming in. By the way, next week, Tuesday to Friday, next week, so the 25th of April to the 28th of April, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, there's going to be no live chats. Hey, Michael, how you doing? There's no live chats next week, Tuesday to Friday. I'll be here on Monday, but not Tuesday to Friday. Because next week is the Atarim Web Summit, okay? 4 days. They've got loads of really good speakers. I'm presenting one. I'm doing one about client acquisition on LinkedIn, which is similar to what I did last week, but goes a step further as well with client acquisition. How can you try and maneuver yourself to get clients and stuff like that as well, a bit more, not in a devious way, but how can you be a bit more, get in there more. And also next week, I'll be doing a session with me, Paul, and Jeffrey about YouTube as well. So we're doing a joint session as well. So next week, there's no live chats on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, because I would rather you, because it's free. There's nothing in it for me. There's nothing in it for Atarim. It's a free event, okay? But I would rather you go in and learn from others as well. So you get to hear other viewpoints about web design, accessibility, stuff like that. You'll find different topics. Because when you're trying to juggle in attending events and watching videos and doing your own work and family and eating, it becomes quite heavy going, right? I mean, I'm already shoving, not Jeffrey Dahmer, Sergio, but I'm already smashing your YouTubes with videos nearly every day, which is bad enough. So I want you to kind of be able to just join in the Atarims and go and watch some of their stuff and learn and engage with other people as well. I feel like that was fair. I felt like I didn't feel right doing the live chats and there's a summit going as well. I felt like, because, you either won't come to the live chat and I won't have many people here, or the other way round. So, I really hope you are jumping in on the Atarim Web Summits. Yes, Paul is also on there as well. So, it's a kind of a great opportunity for us to kind of like, let you join in some other stuff as well. Mia's not on at the moment, I don't think, unless she is on. I don't think I've seen her name. No, absolutely, Paul, and that's absolutely the reason why I would never do it, because it makes no sense. And there are some YouTubers out there that charge like $20 a month. They've got loads of subscribers and people are paying to watch them. But I sort of go on them and think, I think that's really unfair. You put out videos, but then the real meaty stuff you put behind a paywall. And I feel like, but, they were following you on YouTube. Just hand out the stuff. Hey, Mia, how are you doing? Sergio, does Paul get the same hate? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, the thing is, though, is I have said my bit about Elemental when I don't like something. I don't hold back on that. You know this. But at the same time, I'm very supportive of them, their team, and what they do. Mainly because of the opportunities they've given for me to get things done in a more efficient way. I like bricks. I like it. However, if Elementor had not done what they've done in the last 6 months, I might have gone more away from Elementor. The loop grid brought me right back in, like proper right back in. And I still use bricks, and I still use it on a few client websites, mainly where they have WooCommerce because of the filter system. But there's stuff that Elementor does, and also without sounding like a complete jerk, a lot of our brand and videos and followers on YouTube were built on the back of Elementor. And if I was to go full in on bricks, I don't think that's fair. And you could say, well, who cares? Just do it. But I do it. I kind of blend it. I did a bricks video last week about Mega Menu, thanks to Sergio. Give Sergio a round of applause, everyone. We did a bricks video, and I've got a few more that I'm planning to do, and they will come out. Just like if I was using breakdance, I would probably do the odd breakdance video or Gutenberg. But my core audience, no matter what we think, my core audience are Elementor users. So if that is the bulk of my audience, unless I want to kind of like chop them off, it makes zero sense to do that, right? But I'm glad that in the last, more than 6 months now, you could probably say 7, 8 months, the improvements they've made have been really, really positively good. Would you agree with me on that? On my, not my justification, but my explanation for why am I still using Elementor? Why am I very supportive? Why do I get excited? Like someone did say to me, like, why did you get excited about Elementor AI? And they kind of missed the point. It now meant that I could do things here rather than having to open another window. ChatGPT, I don't think Elementor AI is going to be massively powerful. Well, we won't know until we test it out. But it's another feature that means I don't have to go here. The thing I'm worried about, though, is that would you have to pay extra to use it? I do wonder, is there going to be like a marketplace feature for that? Yeah, Mia, do you know what? Yeah, right. Clients who aren't serious, I try and sniff them out really, really early on. And I would love a world where we had no clients as well. I would love it. I would love it if we had recurring income everywhere. And when I find the way to do that, I will let you all know. But we're not there yet. And the point that Pixar makes is very true as well, about tolerance. So if anyone says to me, I hate Elementor. By the way, don't turn that into a meme, okay? I hate Elementor. I'm just saying it. I don't mean it. I am accepting of that. That's fine. That's what they think. That's what they believe. That is fine. What I don't like is when they then say, I hate Elementor, and everyone who uses Elementor is not a professional. They are a twat. They do not know how to build websites. They are whatevers. Take care, be Informatica. That's where you've now crossed the line. Yeah? Okay. When was this? I think it was 2019. It was 2019, just before the election, right? When Boris Johnson, 2019 election, before Christmas. And I remember in our office, there must have been about 15 people. And so one person in our office said out loud, anyone who supports the Tories and likes Brexit is a twat. That's what they said. Now, I don't care if you like the Tories, the Labour, the Liberals, the Green Party. I don't care. I don't care if you like Brexit or don't like Brexit. I don't care. All right? Don't care. What you don't do is stand up in an office and say, anyone who likes the Tories and Brexit is a twat. Because you are inferring that someone is a twat. And that's the conversations we're now having with Elementor. Literally, people are like going, I hate Elementor. Fine, okay, you can say that. Just like I don't really like Gutenberg. I can say that. But what I won't say is anyone who uses Gutenberg is not a professional, is a twat. I am not going to say anyone who likes breakdance, well, you're just supporting Louis, you're a twat. And that's where the conversations are kind of going. Do you know what I mean? Because then it's like saying, it's like, look, right now, okay, if anyone in the 80s had said, I quite like Margaret Thatcher, and for anyone in the UK, if anyone in the 80s said that, can you imagine what people would jump on them? And when you are afraid to say what you think, we are in a very bad society. Now, if you say something really wrong, right? If you say, I want to kill them, that's a different conversation, right? That now we are, if you say you don't like a race of people, for racial reasons or gender reasons, that's a different conversation. But if you now start to say, you use Canva, oh, well, you're not really an artist then, are you? In 2007, I got a Wacom tablet, a Wacom digital board, cost me £1,400, state of the flipping art, and I did digital art with Photoshop. I was busting things out. So many people said to me, you're not really an artist. That's not real painting. And what I tried to explain to them was, whether you use a paintbrush or a pencil or a crayon or oil or canvas or Photoshop, I'm still creating. So get over it. No, I have not, Paul, ever taken a sandwich maker to bread because I'm scared of the omelettes I'd be pumping out. The thing is, though, Artif, if they charge for AI, Elementor, I'll have to assess it and just see, like, what I get out of it. Is it better, or should I just use Chat GPT and stuff like that? Do you know what I mean? So I'd have to weigh it up. In a way, Paul, it is a little bit, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to say that, but yeah, cancel culture, woke culture, all of that. Well, this is it, okay? So Pickstart, again, really good points we're getting here. People were not openly admitting or sorry, a word admitting was wrong. That's wrong. Didn't mean that. They're not saying that they were homosexual or gay. They were scared to say it. It's a bit like if you're in the office and everyone is a Manchester United follower, everyone, and you support Liverpool. And they go, oh, do you like football? Oh, no, I'm not really into football. Because you're afraid to say you're a Liverpool supporter. It's like, we should be allowed to be who we want to be. And if you like a tool, fine. But there is this, look, right? Forget Elementor. Forget Divi. Forget Bricks. Forget it. Everyone, forget it. Right? I'm telling you now, forget it. Get it out of your system. You say to a hardcore coder, oh, you design website. Right, let me tell you now, right? My neighbor works for an American company. I don't know the name of it, but they do Magento websites, okay? Magento, okay? That's what they work in. That's what they specialize in. Someone told him I do web designing, and he was like, oh, what do you use? And I went, WordPress. And I could literally see his face kind of go, oh, like that. Like, he was like, oh, that's really good. Yeah, we use Magento. You can literally see almost like his face go, what do you use? Oh, WordPress. Oh, okay. So before we even get into the conversation and the arguments about, are you a twat or a professional, You go and speak to a hardcore. You go to the NHS and go and speak to the hardcore IT people, all right, who've been designing websites for the last 25 years, okay, and every nook and cranny, right, you know, coded. And you mention that you're a WordPress, they will slap you down. Because when I worked in the NHS, right, and in 2004 is when I first started using WordPress, 2004, okay. And I remember showing someone what I was working on and the amount of dagger eyes I got. Oh my God. Oh, you're just another one of these people who thinks they can build a blogging website. Oh, you think it's so easy. Oh, that's not how we would do it. Oh, that's so basic. And by the way, half of them were females, so they didn't talk in a deep voice. Oh, that's so basic. That's what I got. I remember at that time thinking, that's when you got proper imposter syndrome, my friend. When you had other professionals going, oh, that's what it was like. You know, so if we really want to start talking about it, and then I often, when I look at the people that are kind of attacking Elementor or any other page builder, I look at them and I go, but you're also using something to help you. Yes, Bricks is much more evolved in terms of its coding system, but it ain't perfect, right? Bricks, like, look, Maxime brought out the advanced FEMA tool. Kevin's got the ACSS tool and Plaster. Why do we have all of these add-ons? Because you need them to improve what you've got. And even the add-on doesn't fully do what you want. Then you might need to use something else. I've seen conversations where people are now saying that the advanced FEMA and ACS are two very different things. Some people have said, no, they're not. Some have said, yes, they are. Does that now mean you need both of them? Are they both compatible? Does that now mean that Bricks was insufficient? So you can take all of these add-ons and stuff we have. I mean, we could argue about this all day long, right? All day long. And the conclusion I keep coming back onto is, does it really matter? Does it matter so much that we need to start tribalizing people? Are you in the professional camp, or are you in the hobby camp, the pretenders camp? Where do you sit? And I quite frankly say, we don't need tribalism to that extent. Are you a web designer? Tell me right now in the comments. Are you a web developer? Do you work with websites? Because that's the only tribe I'm part of. Okay? None of this like individual tribalism that goes on and all of that. I mean, Matichek, you are absolutely right. But when you go back like 20 odd years or even more, and you mention, well, not more because WordPress wasn't around then, but 19 years for me, and you said you used WordPress, boy, the daggers came out. And that's the thing, though. It's like Andrew says, people shrug it off. When you say, but why'd you say that? They go, oh, well, I can say that. And that's the blasé attitude I'm getting fed up of. Like, you don't say you're not a professional. And you go, yeah, but you can't say that. They kind of go, well, I can say that. And that's what I don't like. That's what I really don't like. Harish, I'm using Elemental's free version. You need Elemental Pro, but okay, I understand why you've got the free version. You're encountering an problem. You need to go, you saw the code snippet, but it appears to be for, no, if you go to the code, Harish, if you go to the page, the orange code, it can be used on any WordPress website. If you go to the page with the code, I have two versions on there. One for Elementor and one for WordPress. So the code is on there. Yeah, well, that's it, isn't it, Michael? You're a very good point there. Relativism. Say that really quick, 20 times. Relativism. Good point again by Andrew there. It's like I just think that, you know, like, because we're going to get to a point, okay? We are going to get to a point, I reckon, next year. So let's put it down in our calendars. April 2024. Are you going to be afraid to say, I use Elementor? Oh, you work in web design. What do you use? WordPress. Oh, okay. Yeah, you use WordPress. Yeah, all right. Yeah, it's all right. What, are you using like a page builder or full site editing? What are you doing? I use Elementor. Are we going to get to that where you are now, you feel embarrassed to say what you use? Is that really the direction we want to be heading in? If you say you use breakdance, oh yeah, cool. Use bricks, wicked. Is that really where we want to be heading? And I don't think we'll fully get there, but we're heading that way. I mean, 2 or 3 years ago, there was murmurs. Last year, there was a lot of murmurs. Elementor didn't help itself because the updates they brought out were like, notes. I'll give you a note. You know, there wasn't much excitement. Last 6 or 7 months, we've had lots of good improvements. They are not perfect. Bricks is not perfect. We don't have the mobile menu builder yet. Breakdance has bits as well. Breakdance says it's got the best WooCommerce features. I've had a look. They're good, but I wouldn't go as far as saying they're the best. Every page builder has its strengths and weaknesses. What you have to do is go, are the strengths enough for you to get the job done? Right? This phone, the iPhone, is not perfect. Okay? There are bits on here I don't like. The fact that to shut down every app, you have to open the phone, you have to log in, and then you have to go close. I hate that. There should be a simple button somewhere, a switch that goes, if you got 20 apps, all 20 apps are closed instantly. Why don't we have that? But are the strengths of the iPhone enough to make me use... No, Pixar, I didn't mean the mega menu. I meant, the mobile menu builder. Yeah, it's the mobile menu builder. Where is it? Why is it taking so long? I bet it's going to be brilliant, but come on, we need to get that out. The iPhone is not perfect. I don't really like the design that much anymore. But are the strengths... Do the strengths outweigh it? Yes. The Apple iWatch... I don't like how big it is sometimes, but do the strengths outweigh the weaknesses? Yes. Hey, Mark, which is why we go and use it. Some of the lights I got here, even the MacBook. This MacBook Air only has 2 USB-C ports. One of the USB-C ports does not work anymore, but I'm stuck with one that does, which is a bit... But do the strengths of this outweigh? I would love it if the MacBook Air had 4 USB-C ports. I would love it. I would love it if it had a, like, I mean, it could eat... Well, I've just knocked out my machine. Sorry. I've just knocked myself... You can still hear me, though, can't you? Hold on. I've just knocked myself out. I'm still here, by the way. I'm just going to knock myself out. Hold on a moment. You get away... You use an adapter, whatever. But the strengths of it outweigh the weakness. So, if the weaknesses of Elementor do not stop you doing what you need to do, and you can still build a website, you build it. Can you still build a bricks website? Can you still build a bricks website without the mobile menu builder? Yeah, you can. There are ways to get around it. Can you still do whatever you need to do? And you will, right? And that is the reality of life. Nothing is perfect. Okay? I could easily go and get another machine. I could have gone and got a MacBook Pro. It would have come with more ports. I could go get a studio, the Apple Studio, or a Mac Mini 2. I could get different stuff if I wanted. But right now, this does the job. So, hey, this does the job. You are right, Dave. And this is where Elementor, eventually, I hope they start to get rid of the extra divs, which sounds controversial. There's too many divs here. We need to get rid of them. And I think that's the problem, isn't it, Dave? That That's the problem. Don't forget to hit like. That is the ultimate problem with Elementor existing. I think anything with the word div, George is probably not listening right now, but anything with the word div in, D-I-V. I do wonder though, why did Divi go for the word divvy? It's like, I think it's quite clever because it is very memorable, right? Yeah, Andrew, go and I'm not sure anyone would want to edit anything on the iPad. So it's, and by the way, when I get passionate about this ongoing argument between page builders, it's nothing to do with Elementor. I can tell you now that if I was using bricks full on 100%, look, let's use a different argument. Let's pretend there was no Elementor, right? You probably all go, yay, no, there's no Elementor in the world. There's no Divi in the world, right? There's no. Bricks was out. Bricks is as Bricks is now. Bricks was there, and we were all using it. Breakdance comes on the scene. Breakdance does things a bit different and better, it says. Bricks and breakdance are very different, okay? They're not really comparable. They are different. But let's just say loads of people start using breakdance, right? All of a sudden, everyone that's in breakdance turns around and says, oh, bricks. Oh, that's so old-fashioned. Oh, that's so dated. Oh, it's got so much code behind the scenes. Who cares? You want to use breakdance, you use breakdance. I want to use bricks, I'll use bricks. But I do worry that in a year or two time, you'll have more people using other solutions. Gutenberg is getting slowly stronger. It's not there yet. I keep saying maybe next year. I think it might need more than that. I said maybe next year, I think in September. And we're now already in April. And it's like, okay, maybe next year. Things will develop and get better. But I'd hate it if we now get to a point where we start to... I mean, look. George isn't here to say... George has probably gone busy now and doing something, but... I have kicked out 2 people of the Web Squadron Facebook group. I'm going to admit it now, okay? I have kicked out 2 people from this group. Okay, the Web Squadron Facebook group. Someone made a comment about Divi. What do you think about Divi? The reply was, Divi is shit. People who use Divi don't know what they're doing. And I kicked them out. Because for me, it was like, hold on. I don't use Divi. I preferred Elementor. I made a decision at the time. What do I like? Do we want to go with Divi, Elementor? And we went all in on Elementor a long time ago. That's my decision. Does not mean anyone who uses Divi is a fool. Does not mean that Divi is a complete beast and should be, redundant. No. It still works for a lot of people. So let them live. Let them be. So Michael's question about... To be honest, though, you see, I don't want to get into a debate with Kevin or anyone like that, because then it starts to open can of worms and stuff. However, my point is that look, okay, right, let me get onto it, okay. I criticize breakdance's PR. I never criticize breakdance, okay. I've said that Brick's mobile menu builder is way late. We need to have that, out now. But that doesn't mean I hate Bricks or anything like that either, okay? I have not been overcritical of Divi. I have said that Gutenberg still needs more development, but I'm not saying Gutenberg is shit or anything like that. What I see with some people is... It feels like breakdance is the way their PR machine works is let's slate Elementor to get their market. Some Bricks users have slated Elementor to convince people to use Bricks, and that is the strategy I don't like. Okay? I really don't like it. Pepsi and Cola have always been, but you don't see Pepsi slating Coke. And you don't see Coke slating Pepsi. There's been the odd time when they've had a bit of a jib or a jab or a bit of a jokey social media post, but it's all done in good humour. When it's done in humour, that's different. If someone said, oh, Elemental, nudge, nudge, wink, wink, that's different. But when your PR marketing approach is slate or attack to convince people to use you, that's when it goes wrong, okay? There was someone who was on Wix, and we got them to come over to WordPress and rebuilt the website in Elementor. Now, that I didn't say, oh, Wix is rubbish. What I convinced them was, if you want to do what you want to do in Wix, I'm not the person to do it. Number two, you're going to have to pay more because of the Wix market, the app marketplace they got. Whereas if you go to WordPress Elementor, yes, you still got to pay me to do the website, but it will work out cheaper in the long run because you're now not stuck in an infrastructure where you want but you got to pay extra for all of that. You could now get all of that just with Elementor. So the cost, when you weigh it up over the long run, over 5 years, you're going to be paying a lot more here, So that's why I just feel like if you're going to downplay another system to benefit you, that's the kind of tactic I don't like. Yeah, and the competition does elevate business. You're right, Pixar, and I do think that me and Paul, when we were very outspoken about what we felt wasn't going well with Elementor, and also the fact that Bricks was, on the scene, then Breakdance were coming on the scene, I think that was kind of like the firework that Elementor needed to kind of go, you know what? We need to show that we can do this. Yes, our coding in the back end is not the way, if we could do everything brand new now, we would do it differently. Of course they would. We know that. But we got what we got. So what can we do with that? It's like your house. Your house is not the best house in the street. But you can either let it collapse and fall to tatters, or you can try and bit by bit improve it. So it might not be the same as a brand new build house across the road, which has got state-of-the-art equipment and solars and, zero carbon, whatever, right, okay? But what can you do to make this house better? Because that's the debate you then go down. And what you wouldn't then say is, right, you live in an old house with no solar panels. You're a twat. I've got solar panels. I'm a professional. Really? Is that really how, it just kind of goes, yeah. Michael, I can't vouch for this social media oh yeah, Postly rings a bell unless I'm mistaking it for something else. Yep, so like Mark says, there's 5 types of messages you can use to build trust. One is throw stones at your enemies. It's not a long-term... Yeah, exactly. And the other thing also is, all it does is create toxicity, And it's a bit like, okay, look, if you are in the Facebook, the Web Squadron group, okay, which is here, and there are people in this group that use Breakdance, Bricks, Gutenberg. We've got a couple of Wix people in here as well. Did you know that? I bet you didn't know that. We've got a couple of Wix people in here. And a majority are going to be Elemental. Mainly all WordPress people, okay? But we have got a few Wix. They don't often post. In fact, they hardly ever post, but they are in there, okay? You can ask whatever question you want, and we don't jump. We don't push you up against a wall. Oh my God, what are you talking about? We don't do that. We don't do that. We are respectful of your background, who you are, and what you use, right? Because if, let's say you got a WordPress group, right? Which is basically what Web Squadron is. I know we focus on Elementor a lot, and bricks quite a bit. But it's a WordPress group, all right? Because we talk about code snippets. We talk about WooCommerce. We talk about marketing, LinkedIn, how to get clients, how to start a web design business, right? Okay? We do all of that. But can you imagine if you have another WordPress group where someone puts in a question about Divi? A lot of people then go, oh, Divi, or Elemental or anything like that. But it's a WordPress group. Get over yourself, right? And that's what we do with the Web Squadron. That's why we are not Elemental Squadron. That is why we are not Web Elemental. And that's why I've tried to keep it very broad in case things changed, right? If your branding was full on Elemental and then Elemental stopped working, your entire branding, future proofing has kind of gone bloop, right? So, think about that, in a way. And Pixar's right, yeah. Matichek as well. We are not racist against other builders. Exactly. I keep saying this. I have no issue with breakdance. Breakdance looks good. I don't use it, but it looks good. The features are good. I just don't like the PR. The stone throwing. The fact that sometimes Louis, the creator, has put out a post saying, I hired some Elemental advanced experts and they were rubbish. And you kind of go, well, who were the experts? Where'd you get them from? I'm not saying if you got them from Fiverr, they are all bad. I'm not saying that. But where did you get them from? Who are they? We have no names. We have no nothing. And was that really professional? I hired them and they were shit. Really? Like, you didn't put the names, maybe, okay, fine. But then, they're going to read that. We don't know who they were. We don't know what life they got. We don't know if they were already fighting imposter syndrome. We don't know what's going on. And I just think that it's a real big, kick-ass, gutless, shameful way to do things, in my opinion. You just don't do that, right? You just don't do that. But the bulk of today's live chat, unfortunately, has... by the way, I'm giving everyone a 2-minute warning. Time has flown. Can you believe it? That 1 hour is already gone. I don't break dance physically, Paul. If I try to break dance, my back would break before I danced. I can dance. I can shimmy. I can dance, not break dance. Exactly. Look, Michael, look, and this is honesty. This is what real honesty is all about. Michael has said Divi is not his go-to, but he does still use it. And no one should ever feel like, do I really want to admit that or not? What's everyone going to think of me? No. Okay, let me now tell you something that I have seen a lot of. And I saw this on the weekend, and I saw it at the latter part of last week, right? Are you paying attention? Everyone, paying attention, okay? People say that Elementor are the Canva to Photoshop. So, just like you have Photoshop and then you have Canva, I stopped using Photoshop because I use Canva and I'm happy. Hey, RaptorX. People... Dave, I've just read what you've said about the name calling, and that is exactly what I think as well. Just stop the name calling. Stop attacking to justify what you've got. There's no need for it, right? There's no need for it. It's something that is like we see all around the world, everywhere. Anyway, look, right? People say that Elementor is the Canva to Photoshop. So every other product out there is like Photoshop, and Canva is Elementor's like Canva. Well, I use Canva, so what? Number two, calling Elementor Canva is a bit of a really stupid analogy because Canva already have a web tool inside of it, which I have to be honest is okay for a one-page static website. If you care about SEO, if you care about page building, if you care about selling products, you don't want to go down the Canva route. However, a lot of people are calling Elementor the Canva to Photoshop. And I just feel like, so what? Yeah, I do wonder, Dave, if the name calling by Louis has backfired. I do wonder that. Because, quite frankly, a lot of us are probably never ever going to do a video to support breakdance. Hate to say it, but that's the truth. You know, I don't think you're going to see Jonathan from Permaslug doing it. I don't think you'll see Paul doing it. You won't see me doing it. I don't think you'll see Jeffrey doing it. I don't think you'll see Dave Foy doing it. I don't think you're going to see a lot of us being very supportive of breakdance just because of how they came out. Right? There's got to be something really major before I start to use breakdance. And I'm not putting you down, by the way. If you're using it and you like it because you like it and it works for you, use it. Right? People have asked breakdance questions on the Web Squadron Facebook group. I've not kicked them out. I've not said shut your mouth. If, however, someone puts on a comment that is supportive of what Louis is saying with name calling, that is something I would have to go, no, we don't do that. And I kicked out 2 people about 3 weeks ago, I think it was. Someone put on a comment about, what do you think about using Divi for this kind of website? And 2 people went in hard on them. You are a twat, Divi is shit, blah, blah, blah. Why would you use Divi? And it was like, no. They asked a question, right, about would it be good to use. You didn't even answer the question. You just went all in on Divi is this and that. You're out of here. You don't get a warning, by the way, in the Web Squadron Facebook group. I have zero tolerance. Any name calling or anything that goes down a line that is right, no, you've crossed the line. You're out. Okay, and I think so far we've been pretty, not well behaved, but I think we're pretty respectful in that group. Sergio, you're right. Do you know what? This is the thing, though. I mean, I shouldn't even be talking about it. There should be no debate. But it was something that... so on Friday, I posted Sergio's video. Not Sergio's video, sorry. Sergio's tips for the mega menu for bricks. I put it on Friday. I then removed it because I was getting private messages from people attacking me left, right, centre for doing... Even though it was bricks, they didn't like it. They're like, oh, what's this? What's that? They started attacking. And then I put it back on the next day because I thought, sod it. I'm going to put it back on. I don't care what they think. And loads of people really like that solution, Sergio. But there were a lot of people that just went all in. And what I've come to remember, and I forgot this, is there's a lot of people in the bricks community. And some of you might know what I'm talking about, but there are a lot of people in the bricks community that do not like me. They hate my guts. I don't know if it's because I use Elemental or because of the way I approach things, but there's a lot of people in that group that hate my guts. Do you know how many people I've had to block from bricks because they will not let go of me? They start messaging, they start attacking every comment I did. I must be hitting at least 20 I've had to block on the bricks community. And I tell you what, it drives me mad because of the amount of stuff I've done for bricks, but I hadn't done one in a while. And on Friday, I posted that mega menu video and boom, negative comments started coming in, private messages started coming in, and I thought, what is this? What is this? But anyway, I put the video back out. Lou Carl. You'll love it, Lou. You'll love it. By the way, don't forget to hit like. And by the way, never go in, never antagonize, never go in and disrupt. Be who you are, but always be respectful as well. If you don't like what someone puts out, just don't comment. If someone stokes the fire, that's different. But if someone puts out a video about how to do Elemental Mega Menu, and I don't like the way they've approached it, do I comment on it? No. I've seen one person who posts a lot in bricks, I don't like their thumbnail cover art. I think the thumbnail cover art is so wrong. Like, it's really... I can't believe I'm going to say this, but it's very unprofessional the way it's done. It just doesn't work. I'm like, what are they doing? But I never ever say that to them because they like doing it. So fine, let them do it. I have been live now for quite a while. No names, by the way, Paul. And by the way, welcome back, George. I'm about to shoot off in a bit, though. Yeah, okay, look, we've been live now for 1 hour 10. I'm going to go pick my son up in 2 hours from school. I've got a meeting with someone at 4 o'clock. So I want to now just nail out a couple of stuff in the next couple of hours before I go pick up my... Oh, Mia says wait 1 minute. Yeah, go for it, Mia. We are waiting for 1 more minute. I'm not going to guess what you're doing right now, Mia, but obviously you want us to wait for 1 more minute. So go on. We're here for 1 more minute. Tell us what you want us for. And by the way, I want to say thank you to all of the comments coming. I think it's been really good debates and conversations that have been going on. I've not participated in all of them, but really, really good stuff. Don't forget to hit like if you've not hit like. Suck Sports, SK or Suck Sports. Where is the link color typography to new Elementor? It's in, is it not in typography? Is it not in there? Is it not in typography? Or am I wrong? I don't, hold on. Hold on a second. Wait a minute. Let me just quickly check this question. So, Suck Sports has said, where is it? It should be in there, shouldn't it? Let me just quickly log in. Let's just jump on. So, let's just go to pages. Let's just go over here. Let's go to loop. Let me just see what we got. By the way, Mia, just hold on. Oh, your wife is listening to what you are saying. She gives you a lot of feedback and give you great... Yay, thank you very much. I'm really glad. Thank you, Mia's wife. We don't even have a name. We can't just call her Mia's wife. Thank you, Mia's wife. Okay? But yeah, look. We do what we do, okay? And we just, we're trying to be supportive. Right. Let's just go over here to site settings. Is it not in your... Oh, Lena. Hi, Lena. Thank you very much. There you go. Here it is. So, site settings, typography, isn't it? It's over here. It's over there. There. Did you go over here? So, that person has now run off. What was their name? Who was it who asked that question? Hey, take care, Dave. Thanks for being here. Okay. Who asked that question? The name. Where's the name? I can't see the name. Where is the name? Typography. Someone... Suck Sports. The link color is over here. Site settings, typography, and away you go. I would like to think you looked for it. Or maybe go and watch the video we did on global fonts and typography and how to better understand what you should touch and what you should not touch. Okay, everyone, I'm now going to say goodbye to everyone. Stay safe. Look, whatever you're doing today, yeah, whether you're waking up in the morning, whether you're having coffee, maybe you're sat on the toilet and you're about to flush, good on you. Maybe it's the afternoon or the evening time, okay? Go and have a great day, okay? I'm not going to say enjoy yourselves. I'm going to say work hard, do the best you can today. Go to bed tonight knowing that nothing is perfect. I can't predict every problem you're going to have. But I want you to end the day knowing that you did enough. You're satisfied. And even if you do have a problem, you're going to find a way around it. Maybe not today, maybe not now, tomorrow, maybe next week. You'll reach out to someone. You'll find a friend. You'll give out a lot of love, okay? Gotta. You're right. You'll do something, okay? But you take care. Michael said, gotta file my taxes. Oh, great. Michael, you really brought the mood down now. I mean, I was trying to be positive, and he goes, gotta do my taxes. Paul, you just stay safe, all right? And I'll catch up with everyone tomorrow. We're on at a later time. Stay safe. Thank you, Lena, by the way. Oh, that means so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, death to taxes. Right, take care, everyone. Bye.